Thank you for joining us today, Florian.
It's going to be an exciting ride. To wrap it up, I was born in Bavaria. I studied journalism, history, and politics. Before that, I spent almost a year in the US and always wanted to become a journalist. I worked at several newspapers, and then I had the chance to work on the other side, and as we say, in public relations, back then at Bertelsmann in Gütersloh, and liked it very much. So the possibility in journalism, you're always driven like by the deadline, by the publication date. And after publication, it takes like 10 minutes of fame, and then it's the next job. But you hardly have like the possibility to build something up on a longer term. So I enjoyed that very much in public relations. Did my first job there and at Bertelsmann, stayed there for about 2 years. And then I had the chance to join E.ON, where I stayed 15 years. And the last 6 years, I was in a company called Ista in Essen, which is kind of on the crossroads between energy, housing, and data, digital. I think it was very good to work again in a smaller company, but also in a data-driven environment. It gives you new impulses and also energy when you come back then to the real energy business, as I like to say. So today I live with my wife and 3 kids in the north of Düsseldorf. And I joined Uniper in November last year. So I'm concluding my 5th month now in a few days.
Knowing the E.ON world, following what Uniper went through, of course, that was an interesting part as well. You decided to come anyways, because we had quite a moved journey from when we started. What were the reasons for you to say, hey, Uniper, that's a good idea?
I think I'm convinced, and it's really absolutely confirmed by the last months for me, that Uniper is a super exciting company. It's highly relevant for our energy system. It has multiple businesses that are really interesting. Also, I think it has really, really great people. So I think we have a special culture which is highly professional, but also quite friendly. So that's fun. Regarding the role I have, adding stakeholder management, including, of course, our employees, the media, digital media, but of course, very important, also all our political and regulatory stakeholders. I would say Uniper is the most interesting company to that respect in Germany at the moment, because you have the special situation that we also have the Republic of Germany as a stakeholder with 99.12%. And so this makes it really special also to work on the political environment.
Yeah. So to summarize, you didn't regret your decision to join?
Oh no, absolutely no. I don't. I hope I didn't give you that impression.
No, not at all. Not at all.
What do you think is the current perception of Uniper in the public eye?
First of all, I find that in the energy world, if you want, in the energy bubble, Uniper is highly known and highly respected. So, for example, when I reach out to ministries in Berlin, or we are a part of many associations. When we act there, everybody else knows Uniper, and we are really highly respected as a key player in the energy market. And this is also true for the key markets we are active in. Yeah, and there's very known, for sure, also with our customers and our potential customers.
Before we come to the next question, and I do have a couple of more, and you as well, we need to change the Uniper train. So my next question will be, Florian, you are the highest stakeholder manager at Uniper, and how important is this role, and how important is it to tell the Uniper story?
First of all, I'd say that the highest representative of the company is, of course, our CEO and the other board members. And what we do is supporting roles. Is our focus really to work on stakeholder management. On the other side, of course, we have a certain complexity in the businesses. So we have different business lines. Some changes can have different effects in the business. So to bring that together, we need to speak with one voice. Otherwise, we cannot be heard. Yeah. So to achieve that, that's the work on the internal side, but also on the external side to be kind of a bridge to the external stakeholders and to bring that together.
When you're dealing with stakeholders on a regular basis, what do stakeholders sometimes get wrong about Uniper?
I try to give them an idea about the whole importance of the role of Uniper in the energy systems. We are the biggest gas storage provider. We import a quarter of gas to Germany. We run a huge chunk of the flexible power generation, also in other countries. We are #1 hydro player in Germany, in Sweden, and so on. Uniper provides security of supply. Then if you come to the gas side, also we are one of the few companies that really play on an international level.
Especially now with a lot of new joiners at Uniper, they always come into Uniper and say, hey, we thought that Uniper is very conservative, which sometimes it is, but really, really business-like. And then they say, but it's actually a really cool company. And I always find it amazing because I've been with the company for quite some time. I always have that feeling, but it's this outside perception sometimes, which is not the case in reality. So I think that was really obvious over the last half year with a lot of new joiners that came in. It's like, hey, this is really a cool place to be. So
what would you say are like the main topics for the remainder of this year?
Build up a common understanding of what will be the right direction for Uniper. We have the power plant strategy. We have other new build projects, of course. It's important to support all projects that they can be built as fast as possible. Yeah? And we are in a situation that we can, but we also need to build lots of new projects. So we need to do our job there.
A few things you just described are not really in our hands. You know, there are a few things we have in our hands though. So if you would take one thing out of it, and for our employees, for example, what will be a call to action for them when it comes to, hey, this is something we can do for Uniper?
Very brief, we collaborate well to get things done. We have good financial results because we need that, either to invest, but also as our credibility as a company that's approaching privatization process. And second, for the new build things, we need to be successful. So we can only spend once the money, and we should spend it good and really get it done.
Sounds good. So of course, within communication or within employee communication, I think we have a huge task, for us as well, which is informing our employees. And they are stakeholders, of course, to the outside world as well, if it's friends, family, and so on. So I think we have a lot of responsibility in that regards as well. And, it's the job that we really enjoy doing.
What you said is, I couldn't agree more, that our employees know the story and feel well informed about the things we do. Yeah, I think it's, there are not many companies who have so many new joiners like Uniper has in the last 12 or 18 months. It's really super important that we all tell the story. We all multipliers, and that's we shouldn't underestimate that.